Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and I'm here with another video going over my current planner that I'm using, and just wanted to do a casual sit down chat to talk over how I'm using it, what's been going on, and other things if they come up. So I have just grabbed my tea. This is a jasmine pearl tea, which is one of my favorites. It smells so amazing. This planner cover that I'm using right now is from Spek. I'm going to leave a link down below. It's a custom, and when I signed up for their Nubak Tuya, this is the Nubak Tuya letter, I signed up for that list and was able to get this cover, I think sometime last year. And the outside cover is the Janet leather undyed. So I specifically asked for a smooth cover because I do really like their smooth version. I have both smooth and pebbled, and I do really like this smooth one. It just feels so soft, and I really love this cover. I actually received it last year, but I saved it for the new year because I wanted to use it with a new planner. So I've been using it off and on for a little while. It's just lovely. I really like it. So I'm not going to go into too much about my customization, but yeah, that's just the leather that I chose. The planner I'm using right now is, of course, the 2025 B6 full year common planner. This is the vertical weekly layout. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Catherine, and I have a stationery shop called Sterling Ink, same as the channel name. We create planners, notebooks, and also hand illustrated stickers, which I have some here. We create monthly subscriptions. Everything is original art. Created by me. So I am usually really busy just trying to keep up with that monthly schedule. But this year, one of my goals is just to really force myself to slow down and take those 15-minute breaks to do what I like to do. So I'm going to just do a casual chat with you guys. I really miss those videos. So here we go. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to set up my goals this year, but my goals have stayed the same pretty much for a couple years, and it's just a continuation of what I'm currently doing. So I might just reprint what I did last year and then just stick it on. And let me actually just go get it from last year so I can show you how I normally use it. So this is the 2023 version. This is the 2024 version. Let me just, so for the 2023 and 2024, I use this front 2 pages, blank pages, the same exact way. I just did I created a vision board for both. I just didn't get to it, but my vision board is quite similar from year to year. It's just work out, do more reading, just live a healthy life. This is a space for me to kind of just see the vibe that I want. So yeah, that's how I use the front 2 blank pages. And then my goals are set up very similarly for both the years. So I'm just going to go back to doing that. But they're really honestly so similar, I can just reprint it. Maybe I'll just tweak it a little bit, but it's pretty much the same. So this is the yearly tracker. It's a new layout that we created for this year. So this is a place where I'm tracking my goals. I set up 6 items here. The number 1 is drawing, workout, study, reading, Japanese study, and writing. So those are the 6 items. And then there are 2 grids for each day. The top grid I'm just using to track the goals. And then the second grid I'm using to highlight, you know, if there was something notable, I would write it down. I really like this 2 grid system. So that's what it is. In February, we had a tough month, and it's the same every year. We always get sick, so I wrote survival mode just for that reminder that, you know, I wasn't slacking off. There was just really, you know, that kind of month. So, but January, I did a great job. March, as you can see, I really picked it back up. I'm really, really proud of myself. So I'm quite happy about that. Now moving on to the quarterly section. I actually did a flip of this in my last video, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly and then just focus more on March because that's new and I want to talk about some things over there. This is the quarterly section. I was really supposed to set my quarterly intention, but this year started off so quickly, I just didn't get to sit down and actually organize my planner. So I might just do a quarterly recap over here. Ideally, what I want to do is set quarterly intention on the left side, and then on the right hand side, I would do the recap, which is what I'm doing for each month. So I set the tone and, you know, the intention for the month in terms of, you know, attitude and just like big picture on the left hand side. And then on the right hand side, I just kind of respond to that and then just talk a little bit about how that month went. So this is January, this is February, this is March. I set the intention. At the end of the month, I'm going to write a recap. Over here, I'm doing almost a line a day, but it's okay if there's blank space. I have, you know, over the past few years, I have come to learn to embrace a blank space. It's okay to have blank space. It just means, you know, nothing important happened. Things were happy. You know, it's just not a big deal, really. I was living my life. So right now is March and not much is happening. Everything is just going really busy, but everything is good. And April, I pre-decorated it. Obviously it's not April yet, so I haven't filled out anything. But at the beginning of the quarter, I'm going to set the intention for the second quarter. Hopefully I can, you know, remember to do that beforehand. December monthly, I didn't use something you can do with that spread. I know some people are wondering, is something like this. So I had this habit of setting up this specific month as a place to write down a template of like what normally goes on in the month. So when I flip to a new page, I immediately know how to like I can fill out this template already because some things are always occurring on the same days. So this is kind of how I used it in 2023. Now I'm using it a little bit differently because I do use another planner for daily planning. This is a daily planner. So I don't necessarily use this to pre-plan and, you know, back plan and all of that, which is what I used to do in my other planner. So what I'm trying to say is that this has really now become a place for me to just write down big picture stuff. So things can like jump out. February was you know, we were wiped out. So March is over here. April was pre-decorated. I can go into a little bit about how I use this type of system. This is what I kind of carried over from my Hobonichi cousin days, and I don't know, now that I'm looking at this, I want to go back to doing this again because it's just so satisfying to look at. All right, so this is my monthly, nothing to write home about. It's just a place to kind of just write down big picture. When I come back, I want to be able to see sort of like what were the notable things that happened that month and just appointments. Honestly, like this year, I feel like I just kind of rolled into this year without too much prep, which is okay because I've come to adopt this attitude that, you know, January just another month. It doesn't have to be this grand opening into a new year. Really, I've just been doing all my goals continuously, so it's not like I'm picking anything up in January. So it's okay to not have this grand start in January. That's my attitude right now. So weekly, I started doing these doodles. I've been talking about them endlessly, so you know what they are. That was January. February was crazy, so I wasn't able to color in the doodles, but I still am doing those and I really like them. In February, so something I really wanted to talk about in this video is my weeklies and daily. I wanted to put a heavy, I wanted to put an emphasis on those two different areas, because oftentimes I feel like I could be stuck into thinking weekly is for this specific thing and then daily is for this specific thing. But in reality, it's just paper, and it's paper with dates, and you're really able to create anything you really want. And this year I'm like really getting into that mode of flexibility and embracing things and flowing around obstacles and just like figuring out a way. And that has been reflected in my planner as well. So for example, I mean, this is not specifically something I wanted to talk about, but in the weekly section, I did switch up the layout a little bit. As you can see, this is a horizontal layout. This is a stacked vertical layout with a blank page. And then this is the original layout where, you know, you have the days on top and it's a vertical layout. But what I wanted to say here is that this week was so empty because that was a week when we got back from vacation, and then everybody started to get sick one after another in my family. So and I still had my deadlines for, you know, the collections because I have to hand draw everything. So it's just like managing all those things while being sick, and also having just come back from a short vacation. It's like I already have a shorter deadline. And it's cut even shorter. So, you know, writing in my planner was the last thing that I was thinking about. And I was just trying to just chug along and just trying to finish my collection drawings. So what collection was I working on here? I don't even remember. But here I just wanted to, you know, leave a note for future, just to kind of write down what's been going on this week. And as you can see, this is not hourly planning. This is not writing down to-do list. It's more like journaling, and more journaling for me at the time that I was journaling, but also a letter to myself in the future. So it's a conversation, and I feel like it's so raw, it's so real, and I really love this. And this just goes to show that weekly doesn't have to be looking a certain way. It doesn't even have to be consistent from month to month. And that's why I like this planner so much. So the next week was okay. Like it was starting to I'm starting to get back to normal. But how I've been using the weeklies this year was really simple. Generally, I have two sections. One section is wish list and one section is this week. This is a recap of just like top points of that week. So if there was something that was notable that happened with my kids, I write it down here. Something notable about my family, write it down here. If it was a feeling, if it was a book that I really loved that I'm reading, I'll write it down here. It's just anything that kind of is like a highlight in my head, I will write it down here. And the purpose of this is, you know, as I'm flipping back through these, I can just read the top 3 of the week. It doesn't have to be 3 points. It could be 1 point, 5 points, or whatever. But when I go back to this week, I just feel like life is going by so quickly, and a lot of those little moments are getting missed. And oftentimes those little moments are captured here. So this is just like a time of healing, just like reading the warm and fuzzy moments and reliving those moments again. So that's how I've been using the this week section. And this was something that I've been doing for a couple of years now. Really, really love this. Really, really recommend this. You don't have to use your weekly just for a to-do list. It's a nice place to write a little journal, bullet journal. Okay, when I say bullet journal, it's like journaling in bullet forms. Not the bullet journal method, like a little section for that here. Nice and concise. Wish list is something that I want to just, anything that pops into my head. It could be a to-do list. It could be something that I want to get done this week. I don't think about, is it feasible? It's just, what do I want to get done this week? I just write down there. Or it could be a wish list of something that I would like to do in the future. It's not really a wish list for materialistic things like, oh, I want to buy this bag. I want to buy that, like furniture. Like, it's not like that. It's more like, action, like experience, like what do I want to do. So for example, here I was writing down that I want to try oil painting. I've done it a little bit in high school, didn't like it, but now I'm a much more confident artist, and I really want to start doing something that's a bit more permanent. And to me, that is oil painting. And I've mentioned this before, but I'm trying to create a gallery wall in our home. And just like my personality is just so weird, where I don't want to like buy artworks to fill it up. I just want to create them and then fill it up with my stuff, and what inspires me and what's meaningful to me and also our family. So I really want to get into oil painting. I do a lot of watercolor, and I'm much more comfortable with doing watercolor and even gouache, and I really want to get into it. But I know I just have a feeling that it's going to take a bit more space, and it's going to be a little bit more messy. So I don't know how we can handle it in our apartment with no extra like room to set up as a studio. But that's just a wish list. That's an example of a wish list. So yeah, and I was writing down like, what is the next subject I want to paint? Palace. Like this is for my sketchbook that I'm working on right now. This is the sketchbook that I'm working on. So I was just like thinking, okay, what's the next thing I want to paint here? So that was about that. And then, yeah, just more doodles of my kids. Okay, this is more of the same thing. Yeah, again, wish list and this week. And I try to match the marker to the collection. I used Tombow markers. This was, yeah, so this is March. When it's more of the same thing, I'm not going to talk about it too much. But I wanted to go over this. So again, this is another example of just blank spread in terms of planning. And this is this week. I was looking over this week and I was completely blank. And I'm like, I'm not going to go back and write down what I did each day, because it was pretty much the same thing every day. This week, I was really mainly working on two big items. So my mind was just like straight onto those. I was so focused, and I'm like, I'm not gonna, pick up my pen and just like write it down. I know exactly what I have to do, and those are just like the two things that I'm working on. So it kind of defeats the purpose of, just like writing it for the sake of writing. So what I did here was, on the right hand side, I started off by saying, this week like what happened this week. And I was working on the June collection. I was super happy with how it was coming out. I was super chased by time, and I had this like grand vision, and I didn't know how that was going to come together with such a short time. So I was really nervous about that, but I was able to really like pull it together. I'm really happy with how it's coming together. And so that's what I wrote about. And another thing that I did was I was able to brainwash myself to love exercising. If there is something that I really just hate with my whole body, it's exercising and just like moving my body. Like my husband says that I am the most efficient if I'm not moving. Like my brain is just like whirring and like it's going crazy, and I'm so efficient. I get so much done when I'm sitting down. But as soon as I have to get up and do exercise, I'm just like, it's just such a drag. I just hate doing it. So I thought, this is something that it's not like if I don't like it, I don't have to do it. I really have to do it for my own sake, for my kids' sake. And just like having two little boys, I should be able to be fit enough to be chasing them around and all of that, which I'm fine with right now. But like looking forward to the future years, I should be, exercising on a daily basis or like more consistently. So, but the thing is that, yeah, I can make myself get up and do it, but I just absolutely hate it. So I thought, how can I make this easier for myself? And one like method that I came out with was, just brainwashing myself. Just like, how when you have like self affirmation that you speak out loud, which I don't really do because I don't really need that. But for exercising, I absolutely do. So before, like, just like I start exercising after my kids go to sleep. So when they're about to go to sleep, what I start doing is like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go on the bike. Like, you know, I can't wait to start working out. Like, this is what I've been looking for all day long. I love it so much and I can't wait. And in my mind, I'm just like psyching myself up, even though I hate it. And surprisingly, it really works. So it just makes it not so hard to do. And as I'm exercising, it'll be painful. It's like hard. Then I tell myself, oh, I love this feeling. This is so good. I love doing this. I'm so excited. I'm so lucky that I can do this right now. And it really works. So it's been working. I've been working out literally every single day. I've been working out every single day this month, but almost every single day, starting from the 6th. I don't know about you, but the first week of every month is always tough. Like, I don't really pick up the momentum until about the 7th. So this is the same here. So I worked out every single day. But this week was when it became easier to just get onto it, because I was able to like psych myself up. And my husband is like in on it too. Like, he works out every single day. Like, he's just someone who loves, you know, sports and like working out, moving his body. Like, that's who he is. That's not who I am. But yeah, he's been helping me out by saying, oh, you're so excited. Like, you love this. Now you get to do it. Like, he's been helping out. So that's what I wrote about. And I started doing Peloton and I had an 8-day streak. But I was doing other exercises before that. So I wrote that this is a great week. I should really underline that to highlight it. But over here I wrote exceptional week for real, 5 stars. I was also able to do scroll-free nighttime routine. So I used to, before I go to bed, I used to kind of start on my phone and then do reading. But this week I completely just like, the phone is away and I just go straight into reading. It's been amazing. So really, really happy about that. Then I wrote so busy but calm, and also checking off goals. What else can I ask for? Literally nothing. Just super happy about how this week turned out. And then I remembered, P.S. I even cooked almost every night. Whoa. Like, even though I was so busy this week, I was able to check off my goals, which is do the 2 hardest thing, which is working out and then scroll-free nighttime. Like, completely just not even touching my phone before sleep and switching to reading. And I even cooked, which is like insane. I cooked almost every single night. So that's insanity, and just super happy about this week. So like I said, there was a week when, you know, it was really tough in February, wherein I wrote, you know, everybody got sick, no for future. This was one example of me journaling in the weekly spread. But over here, it was another example of how amazing this week turned out, but I was just too busy to write in my planner. So that was another way for me to just write down what was this week like. And then on the left-hand side, I was listing out the books I'm reading, and then just like a little snippet of like how I'm feeling about these books that I'm reading. And I'm reading If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. It's a really long title. I just abbreviate it here. Dark Forest, which is part of the 3-body trilogy, which I'm really, 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 really not liking. Can't wait to get over with it. Can't wait to get it done and over with. The last one is Heavenly Gate. I'm also reading a few other books just like on the side, but these are the 3 main ones that I'm reading. I'm also rereading In Search of Lost Time, the first book. I haven't even read the other 5 books, or 6 really. But I just love the first book so much. I'm just like rereading it for the 3rd time before I even get into the other books. So that's what I wrote about here. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think, you know, sometimes when you're busy, your planner is like a blank, but then at the time, you know, oh, why was it blank? It was because I was busy. But then later when you look back, you just lost out on the opportunity of capturing like what happened that week. So just feel free to, I guess, journal in your weekly spread. So this is the last week of March. I'm going to be sad to be done with this collection. Of course, I can use them in other planners, but I just wanted to keep the stickers within this planner according to the collections that we're launching, because I worked hard on those drawings and I want to see them in my planner. So this is April. I'm so excited for this theme. I pre-decorated it. If you're interested in seeing how I pre-decorate these spreads, check out my Decorate With Me's. I stopped doing them because I already have several of them on the YouTube channel, and there's a whole playlist. And I use more or less the same technique, so you can go check that out. It just gets a little bit repetitive from month to month if I keep on doing it. So I'd rather just like make more of these chatty planner flip videos. So these are my April. So loving this Alice in Wonderland theme. It's just, fun fact, I had a deadline for these stickers, which was much shorter than all of my other collections. And then the manufacturer was like, no, actually it needs to be 2 weeks, like shorter, because you know, they're going on break, whatever. So my short deadline was cut 2 weeks shorter, which is impossible. So I don't know how I got this together. And it's like the most amazing collection I've ever done, I feel like, in the shortest time. So I don't know how that happened. It's like a dream. I feel like someone else did it. I don't know who, but for sure I did it, but I don't know how it happened. So this is the April. Now let's go to the daily. Oh my gosh, this video is going to be so long. I'm not going to do a flip of the front pages. It's just journaling every day. I'm going to show you the March section though. March pages. So this is a calendar, obviously. What I do here is just rambly journaling. I don't journal every day. Some days I journal, you know, more than 1 page. Some days I journal just a little bit like this. Some days I journal 8 pages. It just differs, which is why these back pages are not dated. And these are stickers that come with the subscription kit for full and deluxe, or you can buy them on our website in a pack of 12 too. Pack of 12 as in January through December. So I really just love this type of journaling where I don't have the pressure of writing 1 page per day. It's too hard. Like I don't journal like that. Some days I have lots to write. Some days I don't have enough to write. So what I do here in the journaling section, well, as I'm talking, I might as well just like kind of do a little quick flip of the pages. So what I do here is just rambly journaling. And this is something I finally discovered about myself. The way I think is so rambly and random, and just like it goes in a spiral form and also goes in like a web form. It just goes crazy. And I'm not very good at coming up with a list of like 5 things, 10 things. Okay, let's like, you know, making a list like that. And I'm better with rambly journaling and then picking up what I'm actually thinking, what my to-dos are. So the way I go about this is I'll just start journaling, and sometimes I'll have like a little list. I think this might be a packing list. Yes, that was a packing list. But I'll just start journaling, and then if there is like a to-do, then I put a little box in the front of it. Then I can recognize that that was a to-do item. So at the end of the journaling section, I'll move that into my daily planner. Or if it's something that I need to put into this planner in the weekly section, I'll do that. And then if it's something like an idea, then I transfer that to my idea section somewhere. But that's really how I come up with my ideas and to-dos. And I'm just like super, super rambly. I can't get to the point immediately until I do this. So this is just an exercise of like just unscrambling my brain, and it works for me. If you are someone like me who can't focus really well and are kind of all over the place, you can try this just to see what exactly are you thinking, seriously. So this is just like a really nice way to be able to do that. Just like dump out all the stuff in the drawer that is your brain, and then pick out and organize what are you trying to do, like where do you want to start, right? And Sometimes it's also not even about being organized. It's about just getting the information down on paper so that your thoughts can materialize into actual words. Because sometimes I feel like I have a thought, but it doesn't have a shape. It's just a blob. It's a feeling. And I put that down on paper, and that registers as an idea, like in a final sort of form, if that makes sense. So this was February. And then I usually journal way more towards the end of the month. I have more to say. At the beginning of the month, I'm like always just like, I don't know what I'm doing at the beginning of the month. It's just harder for me to kind of start writing. But yeah, I love these Peekaboo vellums. So fun. You can do so much with vellum. And I show that in my Decorate With Me, so please check those out. If you're like unsure of how to use any of the stickers, check out my Decorate With Me. It will help you out a lot. So this is a vellum. I just love the layers. This is a full scene sticker that I cut in two. So this is on the left side, and then so the picture, this picture was really here, so it was like that. But I swapped it, and you can see that it has this nice balance. I love the torn tape stickers, amazing. And March, the washi sticker, I swapped it out for a clear vinyl so that it can stand out against the background, as you can see here. And yeah, this is yesterday, I think. So that was it, and I can show you kind of the rest of the pages that I decorated. So that's what, oh, this is another torn tape sticker. Lovely. I love using those for layering. So these are like some of the scraps of the vellum that I used just on the side. Nothing goes to waste. I use every single leftover strap. This is also from the vellum. You can see that the larger scale really breaks out and then makes it a little bit more abstract. So I just layered that. And this one, I cut the full scene sticker into a strip and layered it with a washi strip over here. And this is April. I'll show you a little bit of this. So this is April calendar. Vellum. So the way I go about doing this is I start from big to small. The biggest item in the collection is the vellum, so I always start with the vellum. And I just cut from the corner, and I say cut, but I actually like ripped it off here. So I use the corner here, and I use the corner here, and basically like kind of skip ahead a few pages so that it's not like every single page is a vellum. So I just skip ahead. I do all the vellum first. Look, and then here I have this a vellum pocket that I created. And I put a letter to myself. How fun, right? Like this is a torn tape sticker that I overlapped to seal the letter. I can't wait to read it. I don't even remember what I wrote actually. So that just makes it more exciting. Then, yeah, so this is another vellum. This is a peekaboo moment here. The reason why I like peekaboo is just that it makes it more fun to journal as you go. It's like going through this little maze, if that makes sense, instead of just writing on blank paper. It's just really fun to be able to like interact with the pages. Like look at this. This is also vellum. So basically I just like kind of go through the vellums, tear them out, stick them everywhere. I don't think about what that spread is going to look like. I just kind of put down the vellum first and then figure it out from there. This is just keep on going, right? And then what I do after I put the vellum is I do the second part of the second largest sticker, which is this full scene sticker. So for example, here, that's a scene sticker that I cut in half. And the reason why I cut them in half is because if I just use the full scene, it takes up too much space. It's like about this big. But if I cut it into strips like this, it's just like, look, this is the same scene. So this was on the right-hand side. And it just creates this fun moment of like this continuation. That's one way of using this. Or, you know, you can cut it into strips, which I'll show you. Yeah. So this is another way to do it. So I took the same scene, I cut it into 3 strips, and then I did vertical strips like this. And then I overlaid it with some little stickers. The little stickers come last. I just put down the bigger stickers first, and then that kind of sets the tone, and I just keep on overlaying the stickers. And the way I do that is the same, where I just take out one sheet of sticker and I just slapped it down on different pages, and I use another sticker and slap it down over the pages, and then just keep on going until I finish. Another thing that I love doing is something like this, where you cut the paper and then you put a little die cut on the side. It's just so fun to overlay it. So yeah, that is my quick flip of the planner that I'm using right now. And on a side note, if you're interested, I am reading this book. This is the book that I was talking about, If on a Winter Night, A Traveler. I just started about like 30 pages in, probably. I have this A5 Slim notebook that I'm using as a literature commonplace book. So I wasn't sure how I was gonna use it, but I basically kind of ended up just writing the quotes that I liked from the books that I'm reading. But then I really liked being able to just read all the quotes together. So I thought I would just keep it that. It would just be a literature quotes collection, and less about my reflection on the book. So it'll be less of a book journal, but really just like a collection to have all the favorite quotes together in one place. But I also wanted to just have something that I can just like write like my thoughts and like notes on the side. So I decided to get another A5 Slim notebook. So this one is going to be the purple one. The cover is from Louis Vuitton, obviously. This is the Emily cover. This is blank right now because I haven't started using it. But the reason is because I don't want to write in the book that I'm reading. I do underline because I feel like underlining is not so intrusive. And the reason is because I have 2 little boys and I would love to share all the books with them, right? I want them to be able to read all the books that's on my shelf. And I know like some people might be like, oh, but it's interesting to see your thoughts on the side. Yes, but I also think like it's distracting. So I want them to have like their own interpretation, I guess. Like it's just distracting to see like writing, and then I have to worry about, oh, what someone is reading my writing, like what am I gonna write? Like I can't help but to think like that. So I don't want to write in the book. I just want to underline with pencil, not even marker. And then I think I'll go back and then just pull out all these underlines and then write them down here all in one go, or like in little bits. But I wanted to just like, as I'm going, I'm just gonna be messy and then write down, what am I thinking? What am I frustrated about? What questions do I have? What do I think is going to happen? Like, what is the author trying to do? Like, just have a little bit more of an interaction with the book, but in a notebook on the side. And so I pulled out this notebook. I'm so excited to start using this. I haven't started yet. So I'll see how that goes. And in terms of size, I really like this A5 Slim size. It feels like more compact than A5, but still large enough to kind of like really write. My issue with something like N2 is that it's just so narrow. Like I feel like my sentences haven't even taken shape yet, and I have to switch to the next line. And that's a little bit different from like breaking journaling into narrow form. Like for some reason this feels okay because like in my mind I feel like it has breathing room because my hand has a place to sit, and you know it just feels a little bit different. So yeah, I just thought I wanted to share that because like reading has been big, and I really want to make a lot of progress with the books that's on my shelf. Yeah, so and nowadays I have a bit of a better nighttime routine. I'm able to spend a little bit more time on myself, so it's been great, and I've been able to kind of water myself. Well, that's what I'm calling it. Just like taking out, even if it's like 30 minutes in a day. I just want to do something that I love doing. That's outside of work. I love work too, but I also want to do something that's just for myself and not for anybody else. So that's it. That was the end, and I love chatting with you guys. So that's everything I wanted to share today in this video. And if you like this video, please like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. And please share in the comments below how it's going for you in your planner life or in your general life, what you're excited about. Yeah, I would love to know and have a little chat down in the comment section with you guys. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next one.